Hello and welcome to the Awakening with Kelvin Phiri Podcast, part of our Bridges to Prosperity series, where we explore the values, systems and choices shaping Africa's future. In this episode, we reflect on the recent events in Chiwempala, Chingola, where President Hakainde Hichilema's visit to meet residents and offer support to marketeers turned violent. We'll discuss what happened, what it means for our democracy, and how we can draw lessons about peace, order, and the dangers of illegal mining. Disclaimer, the views shared in this episode are for public education and national reflection. They do not represent any political endorsement or attack. Our goal is to promote peace, unity, and civic responsibility, values that build nations. What happened in Chiwempala? On the 8th of November 2025, President Hakainde Hichilema visited Chiwempala in Chingola after a devastating fire destroyed one of the largest markets on the Copper Belt. He went there to speak to the people, the marketeers whose livelihoods were lost, and to offer government support and assurance that help would come. However, as he spoke, a small section of the crowd began chanting Senseli, Senseli, referring to the nearby mining area where some residents engage in informal mining. Tensions rose, confusion followed, and soon violence erupted. Stones were thrown, property was damaged, and security had to move the president to safety. It was a shocking moment, not just for those present, but for all peace-loving Zambians watching from afar. This was not an attack on one individual. It was disrespect for the office of the presidency, and by extension a disregard for the peace and order that hold our democracy together. Respect for the presidency and national institutions. The office of the president is not about the person who occupies it. It is about what that office represents, our unity, our sovereignty, and the will of the people. When we attack or insult that office, we are not expressing freedom. We are undermining the institutions that safeguard it. Respect for the presidency does not mean we cannot question leadership. It means we must do so with peace, discipline, and respect for the rule of law. Our democracy rests on strong institutions such as the presidency, parliament, judiciary, and police. If we weaken these pillars through disrespect or violence, we risk losing the peace that has set Zambia apart for 60 years. The violence that happened in Chiwempala must be condemned by all Zambians, regardless of political affiliation, by government supporters, opposition parties, and citizens alike. This is not how democratic people behave. We can never allow anger to silence dialogue or destruction to overshadow progress. Zambia's peace is its greatest treasure, one that many African nations envy. We must never take it for granted. Every political leader and every citizen must defend this peace and send one clear message: violence has no place in a democracy. The dangers of illegal mining. When the crowd began chanting Senseli, they were referring to the Senseli mine in Chingola, a place that tragically reminds us why illegal mining is a danger to life and the nation. Just 2 years ago, on the night of 30th of November 2023, disaster struck at the Senseli mine. Heavy rains caused the tunnels and open pits to collapse, trapping more than 30 informal miners underground. By early December, 12 bodies had been recovered and only one person was rescued alive. Weeks later, on declared 24th December 2023, another illegal miner, a 49-year-old man, died when the ground collapsed at the same site. These were fathers, sons and brothers, people searching for a living but working outside the protection of the law. Their deaths were not just accidents, they were avoidable tragedies born of desperation and lack of regulation. And these were not isolated cases. In July 2025, a quarry collapse in a central province killed 3 illegal miners and injured 9 others. In October 2025, 4 miners died in a pit collapse in Chiwempala, northern province. Earlier reports also documented incidents where child miners, some as young as 14, were among the victims in unregulated sites. These tragedies reveal a painful truth. Mining without oversight, safety gear, or licenses is a shortcut to disaster. Illegal mining not only destroys lives, it robs the country of revenue, damages the environment, and undermines lawful business. Government's response and the way forward. The government has recognized the dangers of illegal mining and has taken steps to restore order and safety in the sector. In 2024, the Minerals Regulation Commission Act number 14 of 2024, was enacted. This law strengthened oversight of mining operations, established a regulatory body to curb illegal mining, and increased penalties for those smuggling or operating without licenses. In 2025, the government went further by introducing the Geological and Minerals Development Act, a landmark law aimed at formalizing artisanal and small-scale mining. This act created a fund to support small-scale miners, ensuring they can access training, proper licenses, and safety equipment. These measures show that the government is not ignoring people's struggles, but it also cannot allow citizens to risk their lives in unsafe and unlawful mining practices. Real empowerment will only come through formalization, education, and compliance with the law. Building a culture of peace and respect. As Zambians, we must return to our values of peace, respect, and dialogue. We must learn to express our frustrations through lawful means, not through violence. Our nation's progress depends on order, not chaos. When we attack institutions, we slow down development. When we destroy property, we destroy our own opportunities. Peace is not weakness, it is strength. And respecting the presidency is not submission, it is maturity. We must teach our children that there is no freedom without responsibility and no democracy without respect for those who serve within it. To every Zambian, whether at home or abroad, let us unite around one message. Violence has no place in democracy. Let us honor our institutions. Let us respect the presidency, not because of who sits there, but because it represents the unity and dignity of our republic. And to our leaders, continue to engage, to listen, and to lead with humility, because leadership is service, not power. Zambia's peace has carried us through 6 decades of independence. Let us guard it jealously for ourselves, for our children, and for the generations to come. This has been The Awakening with Kelvin Phiri Podcast, part of the Bridges to Prosperity series. Until next time, keep believing, keep building, and remember, our prosperity begins with peace, unity, and respect.